rapidly closing window on federal unemployment help. It's not too late to act, but as we learned today, you need to act now.
Also, scary weather in parts of the country that we don't see often, if ever. How Hurricane Ida's impact turned deadly on the East Coast.
Also, the growing concern in a Madison COVID ward, why nurses there aren't sure how much more they can take. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. And thanks for staying with us. The number of Americans who are seeking unemployment benefits is dropping.
That number fell to 340,000 people, which is the lowest since the pandemic started. The highest was in January, where 900,000 Americans were seeking those benefits. And now, federal unemployment programs in place for the last 18 months are just 2 days away from expiring. Our Naomi Coles joins us with what you need to know. Naomi?
The Biden administration is not extending federal benefits, so things like the extra weekly $300 for regular unemployment or the pandemic programs available for people who don't qualify under the regular standards will end on Saturday.
Right now, if you've got any today, file your objections, file your appeals.
You've heard from Madison area employment attorney Victor Forberger a lot this summer as we cover the ongoing backlog in unemployment appeals and rising overpayment debt.
The dead child.
I literally had to stop my job.
Today, as federal pandemic benefits are set to expire this weekend, he has a pressing message.
Do it now.
For those who may still be waiting to hear about their regular claim, which could take months to resolve and might be rejected.
If you've waiting for a hearing, still waiting for a claim to be processed, unsure what's going on, file a backup PUA claim.
That's the quickly expiring federal program that covers people like gig workers, self-employed, and people who had to quit jobs for pandemic-related reasons but can't get regular unemployment.
You won't be able to file a PUA claim in 2022. The program ends September 4th of this year. File a PUA claim now. So at least it's on record, you've got a PUA initial claim in process.
The unemployment rate is holding steady, down to 3.9% from a pandemic high of 14% last summer. Still, first-time and ongoing weekly claims are roughly double what they were at this time 2 years ago. While the state is going through a labor shortage much like the rest of the country, lingering pandemic barriers like low wages, lack of childcare or transportation, and mismatched skill sets remain. For now, federal relief is about to end.
Call up the helplines and try and file an initial claim.
The Department of Workforce Development said in a statement that Wisconsin is not currently planning to extend the federal benefits on their own using COVID relief money that was an option the Biden administration extended to governors. The state instead is encouraging job seekers to continue and expand their job searches.
We are here for you, and we're making sure the response and recovery is equitable so that those hit hardest get the resources they need and are not left behind.
President Biden made that promise earlier today as cleanup is underway out east. The death toll also rising from the remnants of Hurricane Ida. At least 32 deaths now have been linked to flooding from Maryland to New York. Police in New York City reported 9 deaths alone as basements and apartments filled with water and roads turned to rivers. Last night was the first time ever the National Weather Service issued a flash flood emergency for New York City. The entire subway system was shut down overnight. President Biden heading south now tomorrow to meet with Louisiana's governor, mayors, and local leaders to view the damage Hurricane Ida did there.
And a crazy sight from New Jersey as a multi-vortex tornado was spotted in Burlington Township yesterday. The remnants of Ida caused several tornadoes that were spotted throughout the Philadelphia area. This one was in Gloucester County. Homes were destroyed and 2 people were hurt. And aerials in Bergen County show streets flooded and cars underwater from all the downpours. The governor of New Jersey declared a state of emergency in all 21 counties. Another hurricane has formed over the eastern Atlantic. Tropical storm Larry has developed into a Category 1 hurricane. Maximum sustained winds are now at 75 miles per hour. The storm is currently not prompting any coastal watches or warnings. However, it is expected to strengthen into a major hurricane by tomorrow night.
So will Ida cause further problems? Our chief meteorologist Gary Canalti has the latest on the weather patio. Gary?
Well, Ida is now moving up into Canada, so hopefully that's the last of Ida for at least the United States. But the tropics remain very active. Larry is in the Atlantic Ocean. It's in the central portion of the Atlantic Ocean, so still quite a ways away from land. But there is the potential for some tropical development down around the Central America area that could move into the Gulf of Mexico, and another system moving off the coast of Africa that could develop into a tropical system. Larry right now, maximum sustained winds just upgraded to 80 miles per hour. The storm moving to the west at about 18 miles per hour, but fortunately the forecast over the next 5 days still keeps it south and east of Bermuda, so that storm has a long way to go before it would even threaten the United States. Visible cloud track around here. We've had morning sunshine. Clouds have moved in during the afternoon. Looks kind of gloomy out there, but the rain is still off to the west of us. It's almost like a wall from about Waterloo, Iowa to Minneapolis, where the rain is staying west of that line. East of there, the air is drier and the showers just aren't reaching the ground. Temperatures are in the middle 70s here, but tomorrow the cloud cover and showers will hold temperatures down. Notice our dew point temperature is still in the middle 50s, so they are fairly dry. Once we start moistening up the atmosphere, we'll start to see showers, and that'll be tomorrow. So look for an overnight low temperature of about 59 degrees, not quite as cold as last night. Then look for high tomorrow of 69 with the clouds and the showers keeping our temperatures down. But hopefully the showers should end on Saturday morning. The rest of the Labor Day weekend should be dry. I'll have more details in the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Gary, thank you. We have been inside UW Health's COVID unit 3 times since the start of the pandemic.
Well, the first was back on November 6th, where cases were climbing in Wisconsin. The south central part of the state, 7-day average for hospitalizations at that time was 258 patients.
Then in June, we went back as cases were falling, and there was hope the pandemic was finally coming to an end. We were seeing an average then of 35 patients hospitalized.
Just 3 months later then, August 31st, hospitalizations back up, 7-day average sitting at over 130 patients in south central Wisconsin hospitals.
There are men and women working hard to make sure that the people behind those numbers get out of the hospital.
And today, for the third time since the pandemic started, we're taking you inside the COVID ward at UW Health. Our Adam Duxter spent the day with frontline employees who say emotionally they are as taxed as they have ever been. Adam?
Even if you go just about a month back, the number of people here in Dane County ICUs was just about a handful. And now that number has climbed just about as high as it's been all of 2021. And if it continues to climb, they might have the space. But today we're told the real concern will be as to if they have the staff. That's because UW's health staff tells us today they are tired and they are relying on one another to make it through these next months, but slowly starting to lose staff. And it's clear just how much of an impact the last year and a half has had when you ask one of these healthcare workers just how much more of this they can take.
My hope is that not long. Will we have to do this? I think if forced, of course, we will continue to take care of people through this horrendous pandemic. But I fear that you're going to start to lose a lot of great nurses, respiratory therapists, physicians, and everybody else who takes care of these patients just from burnout.
In the past, we were told some nurses and doctors would volunteer to help cover extra spots or extra shifts, but as time has gone on, that too has slowly stopped, which means now if UW were to experience another surge, they're not worried about if they'd have so much space, but really if they'd have enough people to take care of the patients that would be in that space. Coming up tonight at 6, we will tell you why some here are still hopeful about the days ahead and also what these frontline workers are asking of you tonight.
Adam, thank you. 9 out of 10 people on the UW Madison campus, including faculty, staff, and students, are fully vaccinated for COVID-19. Chancellor Rebecca Blank said she is proud of the impressive numbers, which are far ahead of the statewide average, which is 62% of adults. The UW Madison numbers are comparable to other Big Ten schools.
We believe this to be one of the highest rates of vaccinations for a large university without a mandate. Our numbers are comparable to our Big Ten peers, many of which would actually have a requirement. And this was done voluntarily to the credit of all the members of our community who have taken these steps.
Those students, staff, and faculty will have to be tested weekly on campus. Everyone will have to wear masks indoors despite their vaccination status. Over 3 million Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated. That's 51.6% of the state's total population. And vaccination rates are slowly increasing in Dane County as 69.4% of residents have completed their vaccine series.
Nearly 15 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been wasted in the U.S. The Centers for Disease Control reports about 3.35% of 438 million doses that have been delivered have had to be discarded. Now, that may sound like a lot, but it's actually less than the 5 to 15% waste rate for what's typical for vaccines stored in multi-dose vials. Part of that is because those vials have to be used quickly after they are opened. The CDC says it's working with providers and jurisdictions to minimize that waste. New info for the CDC is more than 80% of Americans reportedly have some level of immunity against COVID-19. CDC tested nearly 1.5 million blood samples. Researchers say 8 people out of 10 in the country have at least some coronavirus immunity, mostly through vaccinations. However, scientists say they also found that about twice as many people have been infected with the virus as have been officially counted. Researchers are trying to find how close the U.S. is to herd immunity, but say they can't determine that right now. They also say all of the data was collected before the Delta variant surfaced.
The Madison Common Council is backing UW Health nurses who want a union voice. Alders, along with nurses, are asking UW Health to allow a fair union election process for nurses by the end of this year. Nurses say they want the ability to collectively negotiate for safe staffing, adequate personal protective equipment, continuing education benefits, and fair and flexible scheduling.
They call us essential. They call us heroes. But they don't include us in any of the real decision-making around staffing, patient safety, or protective equipment.
UW Health is responding by saying UW Health leaders and staff nurses work together directly and collaboratively to meet the needs of our patients while following all state and federal laws related to our workforce.
Madison is slowly working toward an ambitious goal: make all city buildings 100% solar by the year 2030. As of tonight, at 35%, well, they have a ways to go, but people who are helping increase that percentage are getting a boost of their own. Since 2016, Madison's Green-Powered Trainees program has taught more than a dozen people to install solar panels on municipal buildings. Those trainees say the job is helping them learn more than just electrical skills.
The impact is huge, and I'm hoping more follow in our footsteps in other cities that are really pushing for green power.
The city has hired more than half of the trainees who completed the program to continue their work since 2016.
Governor Tony Evers and State Superintendent of Public Instruction Dr. Jill Underly are continuing to welcome students back to the classroom. Today, the two started their day in Milwaukee and then visited Granite Ridge Elementary School in Cottage Grove, along with Toki Middle School in Madison. State Superintendent Underly says it's nice to see kids back in classrooms.
The kids are what it's all about, right? At the end of the day, we're here for the kids, and everything that we do is for the kids who are, you know, certainly so excited to see us too and know that we support them and they're back to school and they're learning. They're the future here, and so that's why.
Well, we've waited almost 2 years, but football back at Camp Randall just 2 days away now. What you'll need to know if you're planning on attending any game this season, that's next at 5.
Summerfest has returned to Milwaukee. What you'll need to know if you have tickets, that's coming up tonight at 6.
And on Wall Street, Thursday trading sees a 131-point gain for the Dow Jones Industrial Average. The Nasdaq climbs 22, S&P adds 13. And we'll be right back.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend sale is through Labor Day Monday only at Ashley Home Store. Get the best holiday deals on the latest home fashions. Plus, save up to 60% off holiday doorbusters like these while they last. And 5 years no-interest financing store-wide. Ashley Home Store.
It's time for back to school, so get to Rogan's today for styles your kids will love. Plus, save the receipt and the next pair is half price. Family Savings gets an A+ at Rogan's.
Selection service name brands and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Have you seen those small
careful with
Sorry, Missy.
Excuse me, could we...
Excuse me, I was wondering, could we... Bedroom.
Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Who wants some dress checks?
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
New jets, new yachts, new hobbies. The ultra-rich got ultra-richer during the pandemic because Republicans in Congress have been working for them, protecting loopholes for tax-dodging billionaires instead of helping working people who'd benefit from a fair share tax plan that Republicans are trying to block. And Ron Johnson's one of them. The rich don't need new jets, but Wisconsin does need a new senator. MoveOn.org. Political action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I kept my receipt from the last time I was at Rogan's to save even more in back to school for my kids. The shoes I'm getting today are half price. I get the best savings for my family at Rogan's.
Selection, service, name brands, and the second pair is half price. Visit online at roganshoes.com.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend appliance sale is through Monday only at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to half off Labor Day appliance deals. Plus no interest financing for 18 months on all appliances with no minimum purchase. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Tonight at 6, why nurses at UW Health are hoping to create an official nurses union. Plus, we take you back inside the COVID ward at UW Health, how a staff shortage is making a spike in COVID hospitalizations even worse.
On a day that changed the world, the events of 9/11 changed her life's course.
I had the sense that if only I'd been a doctor, I would have had more to give.
20 years later, she is saving lives at the UW Children's Hospital. Jamie Perez shares her inspiring story tonight at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for overall excellence in television.
Firefighters in California continuing to try and protect the resort town of South Lake Tahoe from the massive Calder fire. That fire is now expanded to more than 320 square miles. Officials say it's expected to grow much larger before they can get it fully under control. Many of the more than 4,200 firefighters have now been working nonstop for 19 straight days, using everything from helicopter water drops to bulldozers to hand tools.
There's a lot of work to be done down here, a lot of threats still down here with these small spot fires that are still burning down here.
Governor Gavin Newsom of California asking President Biden for an emergency declaration so they can get federal assistance in fighting this fire.
In less than 48 hours, fans will be packed into Camp Randall for the Badgers' home opener against Penn State. But that experience will be a little different this season. As you head back to the stadium, for the first time since before the pandemic, you will be required to wear masks walking into Camp Randall and when you go to the bathroom and the concession areas. But you will not have to wear a mask while you're watching the game. However, it is strongly encouraged. And getting into the gates will be a little different this year. Fans will have to download tickets onto their phone, or if you bring a paper ticket, you can scan it before you go in. Because of the new ticket system and the pregame festivities, officials say fans should come about 45 minutes before kickoff.
We've got some really cool experiences that are going to be happening in the stadium pregame. We're going to have a parachute crew come in right before the anthem. We're going to have some pyrotechnics. So we're really encouraging fans to get here early and to make their experience getting in the stadium a little bit smoother.
Also, cash will no longer be accepted at the concession stands. Those will be paperless, and they will only be accepting credit cards along with Apple and Google Pay. Join us all morning tomorrow. Leah, Josh, and Taylor will be live from Camp Randall with everything you need to know before the season opener.
So what about maybe some showers at Camp Randall on Saturday? Well, Gary has the latest and his certified most accurate forecast.
Well, let's take a look at that Badger forecast. Of course, kickoff 11 a.m. against Penn State. Right now, it looks like we'll see cloudy skies for much, if not all of the game. But the good news is the showers should be ending, if not before the start of the game, very quickly after the game starts. Most of the game should be dry, and we might even start seeing some peaks of sun by the time the fifth quarter starts happening after the game. So temperatures will be very comfortable. The players will love it. Temperatures right around 70 degrees through the game, starting in the upper 60s and climbing into the lower 70s just after the game. Tropics continue to heat up. Possible development into some kind of a tropical tropical system near Central America. That could move into the Gulf of Mexico and perhaps bring heavy rain to parts of the Gulf Coast somewhere down the line. Of course, we talked about Hurricane Larry, and then another system just moving off the coast of Africa could bring some more tropical development. And this has been an active hurricane season. We're already up to the 12th named tropical storm, and normally by this time, we're still in the beginning stages of hurricane season. Peak of hurricane season is usually about September 11th, and then after that things start to wind down. But you can see the peak of hurricane, where storms reach hurricane level, it's actually a little past that peak, and major hurricanes are more common during the month of September. Of course, we had a very bad one during the month of August in Ida. 3 things you need to know in our forecast. We're back to more showers for tomorrow into Friday and maybe Saturday morning, and then we'll see dry weather for Sunday and Labor Day Monday. And then as we head into next week, some thunderstorm chances Tuesday, but then we'll dry out after that. As we take a look at high-resolution radar, nothing here. Even though we have plenty of clouds, there are showers out to the west, but basically you draw a line like right along the I-35 corridor, and the showers have really had a hard time moving east of there. And that's because the air is drier here. It's a little more humid out to the west of us, and eventually our atmosphere will moisten up to the point where we'll start to see some showers, probably not until sometime tomorrow morning. But where there's clouds, that's keeping temperatures down. We're still pretty comfortable at 76, but notice out to the west, a lot of 60s through Minnesota and the Dakotas. Farther to the south, summertime heat continues with highs in the mid-90s in Wichita, Kansas. But compared to 24 hours ago, the temperatures in our part of the Midwest have been cooling down. Again, a lot of that is just because of cloud cover. As we take a look at weather track, these showers are moving eastward into much of the upper Midwest, but again, the air a little bit drier here, so it'll take a little while for those showers to reach us. By the time they do, we're probably not going to see a lot of rain, maybe around a 1/4 to a 1/2 inch of rain, but plenty of clouds, so we'll see that for tomorrow, perhaps much of the day on Saturday. Behind that, a weak cold front moves through, and then that'll actually dry the air out, so we'll turn a little cooler at night, but we'll warm up a little bit more during the day. And again, those temperatures right now, pretty comfortable across Wisconsin, a little cooler out to the west, where there are some showers and clouds. So for tomorrow, look for a high of 69. Showers will develop. Could even see an isolated thunderstorm, but a high of 69, a little cooler than normal. On future tracks starting early tomorrow morning, still mainly dry across southern Wisconsin. Then those showers start to move in. We'll see them off and on into tomorrow night. And then notice as we go into Saturday, they start clearing out just in time for the Badger game. And by late afternoon, we could start clearing out even more with some sunshine. And rainfall amounts probably around 1/10 to a 1/4 of an inch of rain in most areas. The 7 to 10 day forecast, you can see those temperatures pretty comfortable. Sunday, Labor Day, Monday will be dry with highs in the upper 70s. A shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday, and then even a little bigger warm up toward the end of next week with dry weather. High temperatures will be in the upper 70s to the lower 80s. As we check out first warn traffic right now, on the Beltline we saw some delays in the eastbound direction. A couple of them, one around Monona Drive, and then another from around Fish Hatchery Road back to Verona Road. Westbound delays right around Seminole Highway back to Park Street. Travel times just slightly elevated on the Beltline, east and westbound between University Avenue and the interstate. The normal travel times heading out of Madison, 25 minutes to Janesville on I-3990, 16 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City on US 12 and downtown to Sun Prairie will also take you 16 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warn traffic.
Gary, thank you. The U.S. Supreme Court upholds a restrictive Texas abortion law. Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers is responding. That's ahead at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend appliance sale is through Monday only at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to half off Labor Day appliance deals. Plus no interest financing for 18 months on all appliances with no minimum purchase. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Since 1976, Feldco stood the test of time.
It's Feldco's 45th anniversary! Time to get down!
To celebrate Feldco's 45th anniversary, get 45% off windows today. That's cause for a celebration.
45% off windows ends Labor Day. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Living longer is possible and proven with Kisqali when taken with a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor in premenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus a non-steroidal aromatase inhibitor alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Kisqali is not approved for use with tamoxifen. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021 is here. Participating restaurants will provide a 3-course lunch starting at $15 and a 3-course dinner starting at $25, featuring wine and more. Don't miss Madison Magazine's Fall Restaurant Week 2021, starting September 19th through the 24th. For participating restaurant menus and details, visit MadisonRestaurantWeek.com. Presenting sponsor, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. Supporting sponsor, E&J Gallo Winery.
The 72-hour Labor Day weekend sale is through Labor Day Monday only at Ashley Home Store. Get the best holiday deals on the latest home fashions. Plus, save up to 60% off holiday doorbusters like these while they last. And 5 years no-interest financing store-wide. Ashley Home Store.
High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. You can still enjoy our award-winning steak dinners with our new takeout and delivery service. We call it the High Point Steakout. Call in your order today.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
New information from Minnesota as prosecutors have filed a more serious charge against the former suburban Minneapolis police officer who fatally shot black motorist Dante Wright. Former Brooklyn Center officer Kim Potter is now charged with first-degree manslaughter in addition to a prior charge of second-degree manslaughter. Activists had demanded a murder charge. Potter, who is white, fatally shot Wright back on April 11th. The city's former police chief had said he believed Potter meant to use her taser instead of her handgun.
In a 5-4 decision, the U.S. Supreme Court refused to block what is now the most restrictive abortion law in the country. Texas law SB 8 essentially bans abortions for women as early as 6 weeks into pregnancy, which is before many women realize they're pregnant. It also allows any private citizen to sue anyone who helps a woman get an abortion. American University professor Jessica Waters says the court's refusal to act could embolden other states to pass similar laws to challenge the landmark Roe versus Wade decision.
We are returning to a time where access to safe abortion care is going to depend on where you live and how much money you have.
Anti-abortion groups are praising the court's decision while the president is calling on Congress to act. President Biden has directed his administration to look into what legal tools it has to counter the Texas law. And Governor Evers is weighing in on the case, saying, "I will always trust women to make decisions about their bodies and their health care."
Stay with us for a final check of your first warn forecast in just a moment.
Save on the best name brand mattresses with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection in stock now. Your choice, 14-inch firm or plush queen mattress, just $4.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Shop the big sale at Grand Appliance for exclusive savings of up to $1,000 on qualifying appliance packages from these top brands. Save on top of great sale offers like this Samsung front-load washer for just $728, or this LG 25 cubic foot French door refrigerator for just $14.98. Shop GrandAppliance.com or your local Grand showroom to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
Menards Pet Department has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. Iam's Proactive Health Dog Food gives your dog 100% complete and balanced nutrition. Check out our great selection of Iam's dog food today. Ensure the best for your feathered friends with Enchanted Garden Wild Bird Food. It's blended to attract a wide variety of birds. Save 11% on all pet and bird food. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Oh, baby,
What do you think?
I love it.
At JP Morgan, the only definition of wealth that matters is yours. It can be a smaller house, but a bigger nest egg, a goal to work toward, or the freedom to walk away. With 200 years of experience, personalized advice, and commission-free trades on an award-winning app, we're working for you. Planning, investing, advice. JP Morgan Wealth Management.
The fact that group of law offices actually came to my home made a huge difference for me.
I felt assured that they would be able to turn things around for me and make me whole. And that's exactly what happened.
I really felt that my case was in the hands of a professional.
And it was a painless process.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Once you get past the initial shock of what happened, Gruber Law Offices will take it from there.
Save now on furniture with the A1 Instant Rebate with a huge selection of inventory available now. Your choice 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $9.99.
Madison's locally owned family furniture store.
Save online or in-store with the A1 Instant Rebate.
Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
It's cloudy out there, but while it looks gloomy, no rain around here. In fact, just a little sunshine trying to peek through from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville. So you can see it's a thin overcast. High-resolution radar, not showing any rain across southern Wisconsin, but there are some showers out to our west, even a few thunderstorms in Iowa. But these probably won't reach us until sometime early tomorrow morning. Temperatures are pretty comfortable, mid-70s here in Madison. A little cooler out to the west. Notice Viroqua at 68 degrees. Cloud cover a little thicker there. By tomorrow morning, we'll be down to about 59 degrees. Cloudy skies tomorrow, showers developing, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm, high 69. But the shower should end Saturday morning. The rest of the holiday weekend dry. Some thunderstorm chances Tuesday, and then dry weather for the end of next week.
All right, CBS Evening News coming your way next. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned.